So yeah, let's do this. I'm Marcus and I'm playing Crusader Kings 3, which a lot of people do, but I thought I hadn't done it before, so here we go. I'm playing a heavily modded version, I should say, in advance, so if you encounter a lot of things that seem weird to you, then that's likely due to the mods. That being said, what I do when I play is I try to be a role player. Like, I'm having a look at the character and what they represent, what their traits are, so what their goals should be in life. All these kinds of things. That being said, I think that every medieval ruler was like a person of power, right? So that is what they all had in common. So even if someone was like, I don't know, lazy or content or whatever, they still were like very much a person of power. Right, okay, so I have decided to play in Denmark. And that's because I haven't done so far. I've played a lot in the Holy Roman Empire, I've played a lot in England, I've played a lot in France, but I haven't played that much in Denmark, so I'm going to do this in Denmark. I try to be historical, or hysterical, I should say, no. Historical, which means I want to somehow bring some medieval flair into this through the way I let the characters act, which is sometimes not exactly what the game wants you to do. We'll see about that. So, what's so special about Denmark at this point in time? We see that Denmark at this point is ruled by Svend, actually Svend II, because there was a king before him that was also called Svend, and that was this one here, who, as we can see, was the king of England, Denmark, and even Norway. So he had sons, Harold and Canute the Great, and this is Svend Forkbeard, I think. That's his actual name. Or was he there before? No, his father is King Harald Bluetooth, so he should have been Svend Forkbeard, and he should have actually that kind of forked beard, which he doesn't have, sadly. Anyways, yeah, so he had this son, Canute the Great, and he actually didn't only have the kingdom of England, Denmark, and Norway, should be here as well. Well, not... Yeah, well, he did have it until the end of his life. But he was kind of the emperor of the whole North Sea region. So he ruled this part of the world. So he was the mightiest person in Northern Europe at the time. But this realm, as we know and see, is now clearly shattered. There's not much left of it. But the individual kingdoms of England, Norway, and Denmark, which all have their own problems. As we know, England in 1066 is ruled by Harold Godwinson, and he's probably going to lose England, likely against him here, William the Bastard. Or him here, like Harold Hardrada of Norway. Let's see who is going to win this. Actually, we won't have nothing to do anything with it, so we'll just see. Yeah, and there's Denmark. And Denmark is now ruled, as I said, by Svend II. And he came to power, he was not really part of the main line of kings, which we see. He's not part of that Knuteling dynasty, but he's part of the Astrid dynasty, which is something he actually made up himself, which is interesting because he named his dynasty or his family after his mother, Princess Astrid here. She was actually like a very, very powerful woman, so daughter of King Svend Forkbeard, and massive landowner in Denmark, married a guy called Ulf Torkelson, or Ulf Jarl, I think he is called in the sources. Yeah, they had children, as we can see here, and one of them, the first one was Sven. So he became king. And this is, what is Denmark at this point in time. It actually resembles closely what Denmark is in the modern days, without Skåne, so that lower part, that southern part of Sweden at that point was Danish. Very much Danish, though. Like, that's where the Danes actually originally come from. Like, this part here, and then Sjælland, like the islands in the middle here. And that's where we are starting. Svend is very much in power. He has his family. As you can see, he has a massive family. Like, I'm not even sure if you can reproduce that in Crusader Kings 3, not in the vanilla version anyway. So you can't have that many children, but he can, because he's cool. And so he has several children. One of them, or the first one, Harald the Whetstone. I'm not even sure if that's a historical name. Might as well be. He is a ruler down here. Then we have Duke Thrugot of Jylland, which I'm not sure if that's a historic character. I haven't heard of him. I think there's a Danish historical author, like from the 12th or 13th century, who had an ancestor similar to that name, but yeah. Anyway, this is Crusader Kings 3, and we play what we have here. This is not like a historical simulation, or we don't play it by the book, so to say. So he's here, but he's very powerful actually, right? So he rules over Jylland, that northern part of this peninsula. And there we see his firstborn son is ruling over these counties here. Then we have a bishop, Egino of Skåne. Okay, he's Saxon. That's that weird mechanic in Crusader Kings 3 where the bishops come from all over the place, which is not that historic either. But anyway, he's here. And then down here we have Count Asbjørn, who's also Estridsson, so that means he's a brother of our king. And he is from the Monso dynasty, which I think is part of his father's dynasty. So, interesting. Okay, so he kept the original name. Don't know why that is. He's a bit greedy, patient, gluttonous. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he wants to eat everything at once. Preferably now. So that's him here. And he has daughters. One daughter, the firstborn, is Margaret, and she is married to the Whetstone. She's chaste. She's also greedy. Why is everyone greedy here? Deceitful. Well, good luck, Harold. At least she's not going to go into bed with someone else, because that's not her thing. Anyway, then there's her second daughter, Signe, and she is, weirdly enough, temperate and lustful, which I'm not sure how to represent in role-playing. Well, I'm not playing her, so yeah, there we go. She's also gregarious, which also kind of contrasts with the temperate part. Yeah, and then there's her husband, and that is our player character. His name is Skjalm, Skjalm Hvide. And that is somewhat of a historical character. So what I did here, so if you are starting up Crusader Kings 3 and you want to play along, you will not be able to do so if you don't mod it, because this character in the vanilla game starts off on the island of Hvide, ruling in Odense, but that's not historic. So the actual Hvide clan or family come from the island of Sjælland, and they were very much in power of the northeast of that island. So I just took these two baronies here, and I gave them to him. So now he's a ruler here. I called this one Noresund. I just read that is, again, not the historical name. Originated in the 14th century, so they wouldn't have called it Noresund at this point in time. but rather they called it Noresund. So that's where we go. There we are. That's the name of that place, but the actual seat is correct. That's Jørlunde. That today is just a very small village, but at the time was like a seat of power for the Hvide clan. And they built a beautiful church here, very old church. So that was there where they ruled. And then here, in this area where there's no holding at this point in time, this is called Haven, or Haven. And this is where actually Copenhagen will be built at some point. And one of the founding fathers of Copenhagen was actually someone of that Hvide clan, which I think is called Hvide. So his name is Skjalm Hvide. Yeah, so Hvide probably. There we go. So this is our starting point, and this is our starting character. Yeah, and oh boy. Yeah, I didn't change anything, or in the mod I didn't hardcode any traits or anything, so I just picked this up randomly, and yeah, there we are. He's arbitrary, impatient, and brave. Okay, so he's someone that takes risks, that others would see as unusual, and maybe inappropriate. He doesn't care. And yeah, he combines that with also like a very impatient attitude. So I guess he's not a nice person to be around, I would assume. But we will see. He is an adequate bargainer. So he is kind of, yeah, educated in diplomacy and, yeah, talking to other rulers, figuring out deals and so on. But his best by far stat is prowess at 18. So he's someone who lets the sword talk, I guess, or the axe. We will see what kind of weapon he prefers. But that's his main thing. He goes into battle and he battles. That's what he does. As we can see, his learning is at 0. So that means he's very much literate, illiterate, right? So that kind of swallowed that first syllable. And he is not someone to think about things. He does it. He's a do or die person. So that's his kind of thing. All right. Okay. He has a brother, Auden. Yeah, not sure what to make of him. Again, greedy. That seems to be like a Danish thing. Also callous and chaste. So at least he won't go after our wife. Good. At the same time, we don't really know what to do with him. He's not really talented in anything. Well, he has a 9 in stewardship. That's very average. Well, that's something he could do, possibly, but we don't know if we want to do that with him. We shall see. Anyways, before we do anything, I would like to look at the house coat of arms here, because that's actually not the historic one. Which is, let's go to charges. I think I found that in small. This is the mod Patronum Scute. And they have, well, they redesigned the whole coat of arms thing, so there you go. What am I looking for? I am looking for a star with 6 points. That is actually, we'll make it more bit silvery. There we go. And the field is actually blue. That is the actual, coat of arms of the Hvide family. And we see here their motto is by devotion and right. That's interesting, right? So, there's two things in there. So we have the believer part, the god part in here, and we have the law part in here. That's very much reflective of what the actual Hvide rulers were. They are very much kingsmen. They are very much godsmen. So that's their thing, and that's kind of what I would like to portray as well. I don't know how I can do this with Skjalm, but that's actually the path I would like to take for this dynasty. So yeah, this is quite cool. I didn't do this by myself. This is like what the game came up with, and I think it's very fitting for the real dynasty of Hvide. Anyway, okay, let's finish this. Oh yeah, I also think I'm not sure about this this coat of arms here for our Noresund county. Oh, we can keep it, I guess. Again, this is just a random thing, but it doesn't look too bad. Little lion on black, that's good. Okay, so obviously we're very close to the king. Well, literally. Let's see if we can do it figuratively as well. But that's something to keep in mind. And again, the original or real Hvide were very much part of the king's retinue and served the king of Denmark throughout their existence. So I've just started the game. There's a lot to do still. And maybe while I do this, I can show you kind of how I play the game or what's my style. I like to treat this more as a role-playing game and not like a strategic thing. So if that's not your jam, then you might as well tune out. I kind of do this very, very slow as well. This will not be a fast-paced game where we accumulate lots and lots of land. That's not what's going to happen. It might actually happen at some point. Who knows? Maybe we will advance and become something more than just these counts here. But we'll see. The historical Hvide actually did a lot of missionary work here in this region, right? So where the Wendish people are, well, that's what the Danish called them anyways. We know them more of like the Obotrites. What else do we have? The Lutetians, and here we have the Pomeranians. And they did a lot of missionary work. Like they said, okay, these people need to be brought to God. So that's something they will maybe at some point want to do. Maybe not him. I don't think that's really his style, but maybe he has children that want to do that or want to pick that up. For this reason, I've actually added a mod. I have two mods actually that deal with the whole religion thing. One is called the Catholic Trinity, and it was just updated, so that's a major reason why I'm running this now. And the other is called Culture and Faith's Granularity. So in that mod, with that mod, you don't just have one culture in your county or one religion, but instead it can be many, and there's like a percentage to each of them, so that kind of makes it more interesting to actually play. And we can see this here in this map mode, where we can see what kinds of religion are actually predominant in the regions. And where it's golden, it's like predominantly Catholic, I think, right? So when we go to our lands, there's cultures, there's faiths, so we have 95% Catholicism, sorry. Slovianska Pravda, I'm not really sure if that's the correct name for this, but this is like Slavic pagan, of 4%, interestingly. That might actually, or in a role-playing sense, we could say this is because of slaves, maybe. Like, that was quite common in both directions. Like, the Wends would have Danish slaves, and the Danes would have Wendish slaves. And we still have 1% of people that follow the old gods, which is called Asatru. In the game, I really don't like that. That's not historical. Like, Asatru is very much a modern name and a modern definition even of what this kind of old paganism in the north was like. So I don't like to see it here, but anyway, that's the game for you. But when it says Asatru, that means it's the old gods, Odin and so on. So yeah, we don't need to do missionary work here. We already have a lot of Catholic people, which again is in Denmark started, I think, at this point in time 80 years ago, like at the end of the 10th century. So not that long ago. And yeah, Catholicism is still being promoted through mainly through the king, so top down, but as you can see, it's been fairly successful. Yeah, and that's not happening here in these regions. So let me go to Rana. There we have, yeah. Oh, we do have Catholicism, interestingly, at 54% already. That's quite funny. Okay, didn't know that. And we have the Slavic paganism at 42%, and Vidilism, which is this other faith, I think, that comes more from the Lithuanian direction. So anyway, we see there's lots of mingling of different beliefs and cultures going on here, which is going to make it interesting to play. Anyway, yeah, what was I about to do? Well, of course, every time you boot up Crusader Kings 3 and you start playing, there's the things you always do, right? So the first thing that you always do is going to the realm mode and going for a higher crown authority. I think everyone does that, and for good reason. If you have autonomous vassals, you cannot do anything with your vassals. I think in our case it's not even that important because we don't actually have vassals at this point in time. So maybe we just keep it at 1. Why would he think that that's something he wants? I think in his arbitrary mind, he is already, he's already a ruler. He rules over people. Doesn't need any kind of more force to sustain this. Let's keep it at 1 at this point in time. Then again, the other thing that most people would do is having a look at the court and figuring out like who are the best guys and what can we do with them. Let's go to that later. First of all, let's choose a lifestyle for him. As you can see, these are the normal vanilla lifestyle ones. I didn't get the mod, or I didn't choose the mod where you have more lifestyle paths. I think 6 is quite enough, to be honest. So we actually have perks interestingly, in martial and in diplomacy, right? And in diplomacy, we've very much gone into the diplomat kind of area. So we are thoughtful. We receive more gain from sending gifts. We would have a ducal conquest casus belli, which is I don't know if that's actually something that we need. But we actually have defensive negotiations, which mean we can propose one alliance without a marriage. That is quite good. But I'm not sure if we actually follow this path here, because yeah, we know that Skjalm is very much of a martial man. So let's see what he's been doing here. Yeah, and that looks more like him. He's gone into that gallantry path, which again is a bit weird to have this in this Nordic context, because gallantry and chivalry and so on, these are very much French and even like Southern French Occitan kind of things that develop in the high medieval times, so in the 12th to 13th century. But we would see this as the career path for someone who's into doing duels and that kind of thing. So I guess this is more of his jam. So yeah, if we go chivalry focus, I think that's what we're doing. He actually is someone who would like to express himself through fighting. There we go. Next thing, we have a lot of things popping up here. Let's see. Oh, yeah, we can become an adventurer if we so wished, but we're not going to do this. Oh yeah, we can establish house traditions, and that is something that I've picked up from a mod, which has the same name. And this kind of defines or gives more of a path to what your dynasty or house is representing, which is quite cool. But I think to define a dynasty and so on, you need to actually have one. And well, of course, he had a father, but there was not much else. I think we will leave this to a later point, where we actually have somewhat of a dynasty, of a lineage, that we could, come back to. So let's do this later. Maybe not with him anyway. Then we can do the two kind of things that should be one decision, really, because it's kind of stupid. Like you walk to the king, you walk back, and then you walk to the king again, which is a bit, nonsensical. But the first one here, paying homage, I think that's something that we should do, because that's very much the thing that you have to do in this kind of feudal environment. That being said, Denmark at this point in time was not that feudal. It was still this mixture of like feudal and tribal that we don't see represented in the game. Like this whole structure of having a king, of having dukes, of having counts, of having barons, and so on. That doesn't really apply to Denmark at this point in time. What we had there was, you had the king, and then there were chieftains, basically, of varying importance and power. Some of them would be called jarls. That would be kind of what dukes are here. So Thrugod here would actually be the jarl of Jylland. Might actually mod that as well, but couldn't be bothered. So we think of him as a jarl. And then we don't really have counts. Yeah, that's something that doesn't exist in this era. Counts very much is this Frankish concept, the comes. I was originating from the kind of ways that the Franks organized their realm, and counts in the beginning were not even like rulers that could pass down their title. They were just like people that worked for the king. Don't know what the English name for this is. In German they were called Ministeriale. Ministerials? Sounds weird. Anyways, okay, so we don't have this, or we wouldn't have this, but we do, because this is Crusader Kings 3 and not real history. So we should still act like this would be a feudal environment, and that means we're going to pay homage, because that is actually the big thing that you do to become a vassal, or to swear that oath of fealty, where you would place your hands inside of the hands of your liege, and he would wrap them and say, I love you. I don't know. That's probably not what he's going to say. But I will always care for you. Makes it worse. Anyways, but that's what we're going to do. But before we do this, we're going to have a look at our court. You want to see who's here, who's with us, who's with us on this journey. We have this guy here, Simon Kikin. That's a weird name. he's a weird fellow, because he's for some reason he's Orthodox. In a role-playing sense, we might think that he may have gone to Byzantium at some point, the Eastern Roman Empire. Maybe he was like a mercenary there. He does not have the Varangian trait, but that might as well be something that he had done earlier in his life. He's already 30. He does have a reasonable prowess, so maybe that's what he did mercenary work there and then adopted that religion. But that's kind of cool. I don't think I ever had this before, like an Orthodox person in a Catholic court from the get-go. Okay, but he's cool. We like this guy. Oh, he doesn't like us, and we barely like him. Okay, I'm not sure if we like him. But he is generous, he's zealous, and he's brave, like we are. Why doesn't he like us? Oh, yes, of course, because he is zealous and he's Orthodox. So he very much believes in, this whole Greek Orthodox thing. Like, the Pope is not the right ruler of the church. That is actually the emperor, but you would have the patriarch who organizes it in his stead. And that's what Kikin very much believes in. Good for you, Kikin. He's Chancellor currently. I don't think that's appropriate for him to do. He's very bad at it. Poor diplomacy skill. Which is something I guess we can evaluate since we are this adequate bargainer. We can see if people are up to the job or not. So there was a lapse in judgment that we had. But anyway, let's have a look. We have Auden. We have already looked at him. He's not really useful. He cannot fight. God, he cannot fight. He's somewhat capable as a steward, but only barely. There's our wife, of course. She's only 16, by the way, so this would have just happened. So she's our wife, but very newlywed, I would say. And we do need to have an eye on her. She's lustful, and knowing the game, she'll be prey, right, for any kind of guy out there. We should, by God, never go to a hunt with her. You will find her in a bush. Very sure of that. I actually have toned down the whole seduction thing and so on in the rules, because I think that's, again, not a very historical thing, and I don't like the way that, I don't know, everyone at court is always seducing someone else and someone wants to murder someone else. So I toned this down a little. Let's see how it plays out, but for now we give her the benefit of the doubt. Our wife. Okay, so we have her, Victoria, and she's our spy master. Why? She's terrible at it. Why did we do this? Okay, so we are going to relieve her of that stress. She's also craven. She will be happy to be relieved. We actually have a lot of women on our court. There's Maria. Okay. She is there. She's angry, but also shy. There's Dagmar. Dagmar is also lustful and trusting. Aw, and humble. Oh, look at her. Again, she is here, but not really doing anything. And we have Balder. He is currently our marshal. Again, not the best person for the job. A craven marshal. Again, he's greedy. That's the curse of the Danish, I think. Naive appeaser, good for you. And here's Bishop Rolf. There he is. He's lazy and shy, and then he knows how to read and write. That's what we can say about him. He can read and he can write. That's good. But I guess when it comes to that, we don't really know better at all. So, yeah, at least he's somewhat competent at his job. So, oh dear. Yeah, there we go. As suspected, our brother is our steward. This, again, kind of makes sense. He is very greedy. So, again, I don't like to play this top-down. Like, I figure out what everyone's doing here. I think when someone is in this court position, they would they would very much do their own thing. Of course, I could tell them what to do, but they would still have their own mind and do things their way. So him being heavily into collecting taxes, I guess that's his jam. Taking it from people, he doesn't care whether he takes it from the poor. That's of no concern to him. Goodie. Okay. Yeah, Balder, the marshal. We don't actually have... Oh, wait. Yeah. We have Simon. Simon Kickin. The Kickin Simon is going to do the marshal position. We're going to do this. Yeah. At least we have someone somewhat competent here, and that's something that we need, right? Oh, we have 21 prowess now. Wow. Good stuff. And I think what we will let him do is training commanders and knights, which I guess is something that makes sense for Skjalm. He wants the people surrounding him to be capable warriors, because that's something he appreciates. The nice boon of this is that we are probably getting some more capable people in time through this option, which we might be able to get to our court. Now, we don't really have someone who can be a good chancellor, and this can be disastrous. I guess not so much if we're going for domestic affairs, because we don't have any vassals. It should be fun saying like, hey, Balder, here's your job, you care for our vassals. And he's like, but we don't have any vassals. And I'm gonna say, yes, Balder, yes. But if we keep him doing foreign affairs, we will end up with all the red stuff down there, like enemies going to have claims on our lands, and so on, and they will lose opinion of us. We will not do this. And I think at this point in time, I think the best thing is not to have a chancellor at all. Which is somewhat unusual, but I guess doing nothing is better in this case. So, Balder, yeah, you don't like me, okay, yeah, I fired you from the council, but Balder, you didn't want this job anyway. You really didn't. You greedy little man. He has a 10 prowess, which is okay. So he's a knight at least. That's something he can do. Oh yeah, he really shouldn't be a knight, not at all. Oh yeah, we still need to decide who the spy master for us would be. Oh, see, Dagmar. There she is, Daggy. Daggy is going to be our spy master, I think. She has a decent intrigue. She's trusting and humble. Judging by her traits, this is also not her job, but at least she can do it. Right? The next person would be Balder, and he's still poor at this. So, no. Yeah, we're gonna go with Daggy. Dagmar. You are our spy master. Yeah, I guess disrupting schemes is all she does, really. She shouldn't go into any of the other things. Like, don't try to overdo it. Just keep it simple. Just don't have anyone poison me. That will be good. Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I think so. Our council is set. Let's see if we are actually... Oh, I am the spy master. Hello. I am the spy master of Denmark. Hehe. I think that's why it looks that way. Like, I'm the spy master. Anyway, so that gives us natural dread of 30, which is a lot. Oh, and he gets even more by being arbitrary. And having an eye for an eye. What is that again? Let me just... Yeah, there we go. Eye for an eye. Alright, that's a cultural thing. Let's have a look at this. It's in a minute. The vengeful trait is more common. Vengeful is positive. Forgiving is looked down upon. Rivalries are more common. And hostile schemes against rivals are up. Yeah, does make sense for the Danish. There's this very infamous event that would happen in the real world about 100 years from now, so in the middle of the 12th century. And that's when there were basically 3 rulers in Denmark, and they were all like vying for the position of being king of Denmark. And so one of them said, hey, you know what, let's have peace. Let's stop the fighting and so on. Let's all meet in Roskilde, which is the ancestral seat of the kings. And we're going to have a big party. And what happened was he killed the other 2 guys and their followers on that party. So the blood feast of Roskilde, as it's called. Yeah, so rivalries and bearing grudges and killing people is very much a Danish thing. Let's see what else we have. We have the Ting meet. Oh yeah, so we can have the elective succession law, which might actually be something that we could look into. I know that the Hvide clan had different rulers or people of power. They were not necessarily like fathers and sons and so on. But rather nephews and this kind of thing. So actually that might be something we can look into. Oh yeah, and being brave gives us a bonus to popular opinion. Good stuff. Yeah, there's the eye for an eye. We have a hereditary hierarchy. Okay. Leadership is passed on by blood. That would actually go against what we just say about the Ting meet. And the feudal structure is unshakable. I think this one is not really good for the Danish culture. That doesn't make that much sense to me to have this for the Danish. Anyways, they do have it though. Runestone razors. That was very much a Viking thing, wasn't it? Oh well, yeah, we do know that. I think there's a very prominent runestone that Harald Bluetooth raised. But I don't know if at this point in time they would have still done this. Yeah, very much associated with pagan stuff. And we are coastal warriors, which means, yeah, that's the basic Viking tradition. Right? We can recruit Bondi, Vigmen, Varangian veterans, Huskarls. Strong and hale is seen as prestigious. Strong trade is more common. And the trade port line of buildings provides additional bonuses to stationed men-at-arms. That's quite good. So yeah, we're going to look into doing that. I think we do have... Yeah, we do have a small harbor. Oh yeah, we can see stationed men-at-arms toughness plus 15%. That's quite cool. Also have... Oh, we have a bastions and curtain wall. So we already have kind of a fortified seat. Oh, it's quite good. Yeah, where was I again? I think I was looking at courtiers. Oh yeah, obviously we don't have these positions filled. And as we do see, we don't really have someone who can fit this position very well, being our personal physician. Which again, I don't know if Skjalm is actually very much concerned about this. Yeah, right. If you're wounded, that just goes away after some time. When you're younger anyway, but he probably still thinks of himself as being young. And a bit naive when it comes to this. Let's not appoint one at this point in time. Might actually appoint a caravan master. We know that we are going to travel a lot. Baldo will be terrible at it. There's something I don't understand, by the way. Like people can be, or their aptitude can be very, very good. Which again, that would have a different effect and so on. But these numbers here are not really like bound to their aptitude, which I find interesting. As we can see, Balder here is actually quite competent when it comes to travel safety and is not that bad at travel speed. So it would have actually made sense to put him in this position. But then we can see that we don't really get this effect of army movement speed, supply limit and so on. Which is quite good too. I'm not sure. Let's maybe at this point in time not jump to conclusions. Yeah, and any of the other ones we shouldn't really look at. That's where we stuck for later. Oh yeah, so we looked at courtiers. I know that something that people do in Let's Plays on the very first episode is to have a look into marriage. And here's the old trick in the book, which would be to have all these women here marry very good knights, like people with high prowess, and then have them do matrilineal marriages, which is not something that's going to happen. I actually put this in as a game rule that matrilineal marriages are not going to happen whatsoever unless the culture explicitly says so. And that's historical. And that's what I don't like about many Let's Plays. Even the ones that claim to be role-playing Let's Plays, they would do this immediately. Like, I had looked this up once. I was looking for role-playing Let's Plays of Crusader Kings 3, and there was this guy, and I think he did he did actually quite a nice job at it. But the very first thing that he did, after saying that he was going to role-play this medieval count, was having his low-born women courtiers matrilineally marry guys from outside the court. And that's so not going to happen, or wouldn't have happened in a medieval environment. There's a lot to explain about this, or where this tradition comes from, really. Of course, we still see it in modern days. But this is very ingrained into the agricultural lifestyle that people have adopted to, 10,000 years ago, where you would usually have this, kind of the whole estate or the whole land that you own, it being passed down from father to son. Which I guess is somehow bound to, probably several factors here. Women are the ones giving birth, and they are likely to die doing so in ancient days. So if you want to have a more stable way of passing down your land and so on, you might as well do that through the men who are more likely to grow older. That might be one reason. There might be tons of others, but that's maybe where that originates from. Anyways, okay, so this whole thing of marrying matrilineally, that's what it's called, not matrilinearly, but matrilineally. This is not going to happen. I'm not going to do this. We won't. But yeah, these people can marry, and I think that's something they should do also. Again, when people are lowborn, I don't really like marrying lowborn people to people that are actually nobles. Like Simon here, he does have a noble background. By God and sword, that's actually that's more of a fitting one. That should be our motto. By God and sword. Anyway, Kickin here, Kickin, alive and kicking. He is going to marry a woman from outside the court. That's something I will do at some point. And that woman will also be a noblewoman. That makes sense for someone of his station. Wouldn't want him to, marry below his station. That would be unbefitting for him. Maybe if he annoys us, if he's really, really mean to us and so on, then we would do this. But again, I would like to give these guys some agency as well. I do actually have a mod installed that could do this. Like having people going around and choosing their own their own spouses, but then this sometimes or most of the time comes to they will like get someone from a court, I don't know, in Spain. Whatever. It's like, how did you find this person in Spain? So yeah, I will still do it on my own. But I would like to do it from the viewpoint of the people here. That being said, I don't want to do it right now, because I kind of want to have this evolved. Maybe we can see people find friends, or people find... I don't know, there will be events maybe where we can see that some people are just meant to be together, or where it would make sense to have them marry. Obviously, marrying for love was not much a medieval thing. It was very much about providing security, social security, especially for a woman. And then to obviously have children to pass down your stuff. Okay. So we're not doing this right now. We'll just leave it there. That being said, again, we're coming back to the top ones here. Oh, we can actually nominate a successor because we are an elective monarchy. Ooh, that makes sense. Maybe that's even something that we can signal before we go to the king. Like, we want to portray ourselves as a king's man. And he, I guess, has very much decided that his son should be his heir, his firstborn son. Let's see what they think of each other. Oh, that's their view of me, or my opinion of him. Can we see what people actually... don't see a context window here. No, I can't see this, but I think that's what Sven wants in the context of this game. So we are going to nominate him to... We could actually nominate our wife, interestingly. Oh yeah, I guess she's somewhat connected to the royal line, if distant. And we are arbitrary, but not not that much arbitrary. We don't want to really offend. Oh, what do we have here? Why do all these people have bald heads? That looks very much like a mod thing, a mod clash. Oh, god damn it. That might be culture expanded. I might turn this off. And then we will see these beautiful people having hair again, which I guess they would like. Anyway, we're going to look down here and... Do we actually... Where is he? Is he actually in this list? This is Prince Harald. Yo, there we go. Oh yeah, Prince Harald is actually also our brother-in-law. I just figured this out. Like, he's married to our wife's sister. So he's our brother-in-law. I don't know if there's an English word for it, but he's not like the brother of our wife, but the husband of the sister of our wife. In German, you would call that a Schwibschwager, actually, right? So you have a Schwager, which would be the brother of your wife, but you have a Schwibschwager, and that's the, there we go, husband of the sister of your wife. Okay, so we want to vote for him, but I didn't see him in the list. Why was that the case? Let's see, by vote score. No votes yet. By rank. And again, he's not in this list. That's very weird. I don't know why that possibly is the case. He is inside the realm though, right? Yeah. And he is said to be the heir, so I'm not really sure what's happening here. We will leave that for now. Don't want to confuse ourselves. Okay, so let's do this. We're going to pay homage. Do we do anything special? I don't see that in his personality. Like, he very much wants to say, hey, here's me, I'm your guy, and I'm good. I'm a good guy. Yeah. And there will be a back and forth, right? We just go there and go back again, which is not that much of a hassle. Alright, so now, for the first time, we actually start doing something. And we go. All packed and proper. We have finally come to the point where we can start our journey from Noresund to our next destination at Skjalm. It's like 5 days of traveling. Mounts start treading new ground. I'm certain you will return soon and in one piece. Yeah. You're good. You will be good. Alright. I see here. Our wife actually was not part of this. Okay, that's because of the modding. Because I changed the location from Finn to this new county here. What I should have done was to go through all of the characters that are associated with this court and change it to our new one, but I didn't do this, so now we have them traveling from one place to another, which is okay, I guess. Not too bad. Anyway, here we are. Servants usher me into King Sven's great hall in Skjalm, where he sits his throne. There's an on missing there. Waiting to hear my pledge. I kneel at the feet of my lord and pledge the many oaths of homage as his scribes record the event. With that, the ceremony is complete. I have nothing to offer my king, except my promise to faithfully serve as a vassal of the kingdom. Svend bids me to arise and confirms his satisfaction, along with my rights to the lands I rule in his stead. Okay, we hail the king, which gives us renown, which is always good, because we, are just very much our own man. There's no other dynasty members. We are at a meager 48 renown, so we can use all the renown that we get. And I mean, by getting 0.1 per month currently, this is a huge boost. Alright, okay. The king likes us a bit better. We do get prestige, which is also nice. And and now we go back. There we are. Dop, 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 dop. Ta-da! There we go. At long last, I'm finally home after all these. My entourage reports that we have journeyed for 11 days and traversed 1 baronies. Yeah, you've done great, mate. You're awesome. You're amazing. Okay. Thank God I can go inside again. Jesus Christ. Okay. Let's go to pause quickly. We were actually sharing sharing power with our brother. I'm not sure that that's a sustainable thing. He's probably not very good at this. Yeah, his aptitude is not very good. And also, we can't really trust him. He's very much his own person. He does his own thing. So, he hasn't done anything bad this time, but then we weren't gone for that long. I think we're going to entrust our wife with this. That would be, I think, a better solution. She's good at this. She's good at swelling armies. Yeah, that's something that we want, right? So, that's something we want from her. Okay. There's this become adventurer option again. I guess I just put that thing off. So, alright, yeah, there's something every CK3 player also does when they start the game. They turn on the notification for this so that we actually see when a tournament's going to happen and that we can train for it. That's something he obviously wants. He wants to train, he wants to go on tournaments, which he might actually be able to, because a lot of times tournaments, for whatever reason, are being held by these rulers here, and that's not too far away. So maybe that's going to happen, and we can show these Slavic pagans what a real Danish manly man can do. So we are back in one piece. This. Oh yeah, the bishop doesn't like us really. Oh, that's That's not good. Because of our short reign. Yeah, we've only been here for a cup of coffee. Or, I don't know what they drank at the time. Root beer. A cup of root beer. Yeah, probably. So we might as well do this. But is that something we really want? Do we want to sway this guy? Rolf? The lazy, callous, shy person? I think we don't like him. Our opinion of it is like -3. I think he's not someone we want to like. Or we want to get along with necessarily. Again, we're arbitrary. We don't care too much about what other people think of us. So, yeah, why go and placate this guy? But something that I did see was that we are, at this point in time, an illegitimate ruler. That's not good. So we have we have several bad effects. We get even less renown. That's like a reduction of 50%. Or short reign duration is even higher. Even get less popular opinion. Okay, so that's not good. We need to get this up. There's 2 obvious things to do here. And that boils down to activities. And, well, if you want to play this the min-maxing way, then we would go for a funeral. I don't know, can we bury our father still? Let's see, is he... No, he's been dead for too long. We cannot bury our father, not even if we wanted to. He's already somewhere down here, I don't know, maybe we just threw him in the sea. But the 2 other things that are most common, obviously, are the feast and the hunt. So, most of these options are eligible for, Danish ruler, I think. The feasting, that's what they're kind of known for, are they, in their mead halls. Which is, of course, more like a Viking trope. But at this point in time, they would still, be very much feasting. But then there's the option to hunt. And since hunting is more of a sport, more of something where you can show off your prowess, I think we're going to do this. He's going hunting. Several good things can come of this. We are not employing a master of the hunt. Yeah. Is that something that we should do at this point? It's obviously quite expensive. But I think that's something that we want to do. And what we would like to do more of in the future. So we might actually dish out this honor of being our master of the hunt, and the 2 best options are our good marshal, which I still think we kind of like him. He's also brave, like he's kind of similar to us in a way. If he just wasn't so overly zealous about his whole, I don't know, who's the right worshipper of God and so on. We don't really get this. But let's appoint him to be master of the hunt. So that would give us a little boost now that we go on the hunt, and later on we might actually get some notification that we get some special things to hunt here. Okay, so let's plan it. Alright, I will set the notification button as well, because we might want to do this again. And I'm likely to forget about this. Yeah, we do a normal hunt. We don't do falconry. What's that? How or why should we let a bird do all of the fun stuff while we can do it ourselves? Speaking of which, oh Jesus Christ, he might actually die here. That wouldn't be good. Oh, that wouldn't be good. Then it would already be over. But again, that's the rules of the game. I'm not playing an Iron Man mode for obvious reasons. Like, it's not very nice to handle Iron Man saves and so on. But I do play in this style anyway. I don't save scum. I don't load games. Just use it for keeping save games to load them when I stop playing. So yeah, if he's going to die, he's going to die. That's what's going to happen, and we have to play something else, I guess. Alright. Okay, so activity options. This is obviously costly. And I think we want to keep the cost down a little. These search parties here, right? Groups of servants aid in finding and cornering the game. I think at this point in time, he's very much like, nah, I can do this myself. I don't need others to tell me how to do this. And of course, we want to slay that beast. Let's see. Who is going to join us? The king, of course, which is good. His brother, our father-in-law, Count Asbjörn. Karl Thrugod of Jylland is not coming. Oh, he won't arrive in time. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So isn't Count Ragnar, Prince Bishop of Skjalm is not coming because he's a priest. The Whetstone is also not coming because it's too far away from him. Then we have some mayors who are coming along, which is okay. There's, of course, our knights, not the women, because they don't like to hunt. Let's see what else we can do here. Do we have guests that we can invite that might also come along for the hunt? We do have some more space for people. I think there's no, we don't have any guests that could come along. Maybe let's see if we can ask people from his court to also come along. Let's see if we can do this. But for now, let's start. And now let's have a look into our king's court. Does he have people around that might want to join us? He has a lot of guests. Oh, look at this guy here. Wilhelm. Fat Wilhelm. Do you want to join us? He might accept at 42%. Yeah, let's see. Who else do we have here? Or maybe some of his other sons that are at his court, right? So Prince Benedict. He's of course greedy. That's the Danish curse. The Danish curse. Alright, yeah, I was looking for his sons. Prince Olaf. Yeah, he's likely to come along. I think that would actually be something that is of his interest, to be friends with other nobles. So, oh yeah, let's see if we have other courtiers. I mean, let's just look by the marshal. We asked him, I think. Or did we? No. He's also 16? Okay. Oh, him here. He's also here. Prince Knud. Okay. Let's not overdo it. That's the kind of guys we want. We want that fat guy and his sons. I can't wait. It's the time where we are. Like, oh, we have to travel again. As we await the arrival of the rest of the guests, my servants can get started on the preparations. The gamekeepers check the grasslands each day for signs of quarry, while establishing a camp closer to the hunting grounds. I have checked my gear and horse many times. It won't be long now. There we are. Hey, Prince Knut wants to tag along. That's nice. Let's see who else is coming. Yeah, the king is coming. The mayor is coming. And yeah, all of the princes are coming. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? And Fat Wilhelm is here too. So good. I would like to have him at my court. Can I just like say, come to me, Fat Wilhelm? Anyways. I'll just like speed this up a little. I know I'm very, very slow. That's quite intentional. Alright. Balder. Why is Balder doing this? I guess he can do something. Balder assembles the party as the sun rises over the camp in the flatlands near Haven. After piecing together information from the few local gamekeepers, there is some talk about the tracks and fumes nearby. They are clear. Well, no, there is clearly a stout boar in the air. Oh no, not a boar. Oh, dangerous, dangerous but worthy. Yeah, this ought to be fun. Oh, we are so going to die. Yeah, of course. We do want to seek the boar. That's what we came here for. We want to kill. Okay. Knut found an Easter egg. Good stuff. My party and I stalk through a copse, eyes peeled for any sign of a boar. From the canopy above, a soft twittering spills forth, growing louder as we advance. Oh yeah, and it's starting to snow. Which is actually okay. People did hunting in the winter season, of course, for obvious reasons. People need food. And also, when you are hunting at that time of year, your prey would usually be less, well, agile. And also, all the trees don't have any leaves on them, so it's kind of easier to spot them. Anyways, okay, from the canopy above, a soft twittering spills forth, growing louder as we advance. It is a nestling screeching for its mother. An agile huntsman brings down a fluffy Ayers, an unfledged raptor chick, from the poplar. What luck! Only young birds caught in the wild can be properly trained to hunt. There we go. That's the thing that we don't quite get. Like, why would we have a bird to do this? But as we can see, the king is quite eager. He's like, yay, bird! So I think we will give it to him. So we're like, here, Svend, our king. Here's a deserving gift for you. A little chicken. A little chick. A raptor chick. Here. There we go. Well, thanks, I guess. Greetings, my impressive vassal. Thanks for placating us. I hoped it would not come to this, but I am left with no other option. I must rescind your appointment as spy master of Denmark, effective immediately. Oh, thanks a bunch. Okay. What actually happened? Who's in the council? Oh yeah, he put his son in there. Yeah, I get this. I get it. He wanted his son in his council, and that's the best thing he can do. Like, he's not much use elsewhere. He's like fat and content and partying and very amateurish at what he does, but he's like, yeah, I'm gonna be a spy master. Oh, he is a legitimized bastard. Is that why we can't vote for him? I'm not really sure. I'm not sure we can't vote for him. But yeah, how dare he? We just gave him this chick, and he's like, oh, thanks. By the way, you're not my spy master anymore. That's, yeah, I want that chick back. Anyways, okay, that's not very nice of him. We will get back to him later and ask him for a position again on his court. That's something that we definitely deserve. What do we have here? Poachers! Here in the Count's flat land, not in my flat land, they huddle together as I ride up with my guards, making a poor job of hiding the dead stag behind them. We did not do this, please have mercy, glorious Count. Their blades and bows belie their words. Okay. What kind of person are we? I think we have a very strong sense of entitlement. Like, we are a noble person. We are a mighty Hasier or Headed or whatever you would call him at this point in time. He's called Count here, but that's not what he would have been called in Denmark at that point in time. Okay. I think we are not going to be nice with them. They will hang and their villagers will pay. Yeah, that sounds good. Or the animal is mine, along with fines for their lives. Which gives us a stewardship challenge. And we're not very good at this. But I think both are actually something that he would do, right? I think this one is very harsh and this one is like, hey, I want this. But again, then the success chance might decrease greatly. Not even sure why this would be. Let's say what? Okay, here's something I'm going to do. A very popular German YouTuber Steinwallen is doing this in his Let's Plays. He's going to roll the dice. So I think we're going to do this as well. Let's say 1 to 4 is the first option, 5 to 6 is the second one. It's a 1. They will hang and their villagers will pay. So that means we get the punished poachers modifier, and this will give us more holding taxes. And dreadful popular opinion. I think we're already not that popular, but yeah, here we go. They will hang. I think we're also doing this because we are in front of all these other noblemen and the princes of Denmark. We don't want to be seen as a weakling, as someone who gives in to people. Oh yeah, by the way, I got the novice spy master trait. That's a bit late. This is another mod which I like because when you are on a job, you get better at over time, and this reflects it. Yeah. Also, once you keep your counselors for a longer time. Anyways, okay. We are cornering the boar. My knight Balder is the first to spot its sharpened tusks. The powerful boar is hard to distinguish, but there's no doubt it's there, observing us through the tree line. It locks eyes with me and, almost as though the animal senses my intent, suddenly takes off in a flash of black fur. Oh yeah, steady, or this way. Yeah, no, we ride. Let's hope we do, of course. We want to corner that beast. Let's hope we don't find him. I don't want to die here. That Knut has found those eggs again. Has he buried the same eggs? So he said, yeah, you found those eggs. Anyways, okay. Treacherous game. Like all game, the slippery boar has many tricks, blenches, and ruses that can fool even experienced hunters. My knight Balder has halted the party. The boar has been standing perfectly still in the tree line, unflinchingly getting behind us, even under the dog's noses. It's kind of tricky. There is no agreement on which course to follow, and each moment we tarry puts us further from our prize. So we don't like this. We don't like to think about things. Yeah, we just go, Balder, figure this out. And he leads us awry. Let's have this man. Okay. We can hardly keep up with the blasted beast as it darts and weaves through the tree line, squealing wildly. Scaling a rise and disappearing into a dense thicket, the boar is gone as quickly as it appeared, with only panting dogs and sweaty horses to show for it. The damn thing is gone. Yeah, we don't like it. Balder is like, why me? Yeah, why you? He's not the master of the hunt. Why is he so prominently featured here? Why did we rely on him so much? We wanted our guy Kickin to do the job. Anyway, yeah, the damn thing was gone. Yeah, that's it. Which, I as the player, actually, for me, that's all right. Because, if we had found the beast, he might have died. There's like a 10% chance of dying there, but I have died there so often, I hardly believe that the percentage is true. So, okay, we get the hunter trait, that's good. And we want to leave this adventure behind for now, right? Heeding the call of the wild is an adventure, and this outing delivered the good and the bad in abundance. Balder gathers the disappointed party and exhausted hounds for the trip home. The boar indeed eluded us. This time. Let us leave this adventure behind. Okay. Oh, we lost some stress. We didn't have any, but good anyway. More importantly, we gained legitimacy, right? By having so many princes around and the king even. People recognize us now as a rightful ruler. Or an aspiring ruler. So we do have a legitimacy of 1 now, and I think that's the one that we should have. Short range duration is a bit less now. It's good, I guess. Yeah. So now we are not below legitimacy anymore, which means we get 0.2 renown per month now. It's actually 0.29, but it only shows 2. Ah, it's like not rounding up. It's rounding down. Finish the hunt. Okay, we're gonna have the long journey home. She's going to celebrate again. What? Oh yeah, of course, we have journeyed for 71 days because the whole staying at the camp counts for traveling. You cheater. Thank God we can go inside again. And here we are, inside. Just in time for the Christmas celebrations. Oh, we can petition the king. Let's pause here. Do we actually do this now? We are impatient, so we want to have this issue resolved sooner rather than later. That being said, Christmas is a very important feast. Even like for someone who's not overly zealous or such, like I do play this as like people who are not strictly cynical or whatever are religious, because that was the deal at the time. Like there was no such thing as being an atheist, or like not following the whole ritualistic thing of religion. So, and we are very much a part of this, right? Especially as a nobleman, as a ruler. We are very much part of the whole pageantry that's going on. So, yeah, let's unpause. We will stay home for Christmas. That's a song, isn't it? I'll be home for Christmas. There's the new year. Everything is still alright. Everything is okay. Oh, I forgot about... Oh, I totally forgot about this. We do have Vigman. I have this very nice mod that kind of puts in different pictures depending on what culture you are. So we do have... there are archers, right? Yeah, we do have archers, which is good, I guess. Okay. You can station them here. Yeah, that makes sense. Up until now, they were just roaming the wilderness. And now we're going to say, hey, you be here. In the castle. With us. All of you 200 guys. Okay, that's... yeah, so Christmas actually, in the medieval sense, was a very large and long feast. Would have lasted until the 6th of January. That's why the... Orthodox people still, in the Orthodox calendar, you would celebrate Christmas on the 6th of January rather than the 25th of December. So our guy Simon Kicken, he just finished his Christmas celebration. But I think, okay, now that that is done, everyone's like, but it's snowing, and but he's like, no, I want to have this resolved. Like, I can't let this go. The king... After I gave him that raptor chick, which is kind of a very prestigious thing and a nice thing to do, because I could have kept it for myself, as all the other greedy people would have done that surround me, but I did the nice thing, and in return, he got me out of my job, my prestigious post. So, yes, we are going to petition the king. That's, yeah, going to cost us. We want a council appointment. We have a right to have a seat on his council. There we go. Okay, let's travel all the 5 days that we need to get there. Start traveling. Okay, here we are. I think we're actually alone now, are we? Yeah, there's no one coming with us. We're just, I guess riding. Yeah, packaged and proper, blah, blah. We just saddle our horse and ride to Roskilde. I am escorted into King Sven's throne room, where he beckons for me to approach and address him. I elucidate the abilities, proven and otherwise, that make me a suitable candidate to be the king's chancellor. Alright, yeah. We are actually a person of, person that does this kind of thing. Requesting position as his advisor. I certainly can't do any work. Oh no, we're vying for the position that is held by our father-in-law. Oh, okay. Well, I guess we don't care about that. Now we are still angry about this. After listening to the speech, he sits in silence for several moments as he mulls my petition over. Eventually he addresses me. You make some good arguments, but if I am to agree to your request, I will need something in return. Surely you see it would benefit both of us if we come to an agreement. I can start debating. I don't think that's his jam. That will give him a weak hook, and what he will do when he gets that weak hook is he will raise probably our taxes or whatever. And this is why I usually never do this. We say this. Okay, I don't think we are going to choose this option here, because he's not a debater. He's not someone who's going to argue about this and so on. He's either going to accept or he's going to say, no, that's not enough for me. Yeah, because I deserve this, right? So, anyways, okay. So let's put a 1 to 3 is the fair offer. I accept, and the 4 to 6 is. Are you kidding me? It's a 6. Are you kidding? I'm pushed to my limits as it is. Yeah. Okay. So that was not very successful. We kind of lost our position at the King's Council. We did the whole hunt and we kind of took some prestige and legitimacy from that, but yeah, we're bummed. We're pissed, actually. Right? Oh yeah, we still have this empty council position because we don't actually have a suitable person. Anyway. And now he even passes limited crown authority. Like, he's really going for it. Okay. We're going to have a difficult relationship with our king. We can still nominate a successor. Maybe we are going to do something or something provocative. Here is Prince Olaf. He's now 17. He was at the hunt with us, and we do like him, I think. Like, he's arbitrary, he's a decent prowess man, and so on, right? So we can actually... Oh, that's another thing. I'm going to explain that in a second. I think what we will do is vote for him. Currently at rank 5. Okay. Oh, and he is actually in the lead. Prince Svend. So the others... Oh, we like him too. He's brave. But he's also zealous. We don't like zealous people that much. Anyway, okay. Oh yeah, he's actually now his primary heir. Is it really because Harald here is a bastard? Is that because... Is that why we can't vote for him? Is that why he will not become the heir to the kingdom? That might be it. He is legitimized though, so it's very strict apparently. Can we look into this? Yes, I do think we can, right? Election. Does it specify? It's Scandinavian elective. Vassals. Can nominate a title heir. The ruler's extended family. So it doesn't say if it counts for bastards or not. If so, it's very strict. Right. Okay. Here we are. Let's just wait a bit. Something might happen. Something good. Oh yeah, we don't have like any schemes going on. Again, I don't see him being that much of a schemer necessarily. Like his whole bargaining or whatever, he would do that face to face and while like on something like a hunt or during a feast or something. I think that's more his kind of style. Yeah. Not going to brown nose someone else. That's beneath him. so we're not going to do the swaying scheme, I think. Oh, what do we have here? An answer to all situations. I understand you are interested in deepening your grasp on warfare. Dagmar nods energetically as she approaches me. I might be able to help you see the battlefield in new ways. Do you now? Do you now, Dagmar? Alright, yeah, she is a misguided warrior. And she is an open terrain expert. For whatever reason. That's, oh, that's a new side to you, Dagmar. I didn't know that. Dagmar is well known for her mastery of all manner of varied tactics. If there was one who could help me understand, it would be her. Okay, yeah, learning is not really something that we like to do, I think. Well, but I guess that's learning in a literary sense or in an intellectual sense. And martial stuff is more hands-on. So, yeah, I think it's okay. I can learn a thing or two. That's not beneath me, actually. And if I can be an open terrain expert too, that's going to be good for me. So teach me, Dagmar. Tell me everything you know about the plains of Noresund. Oh, by the way, there's something that I can show. I'm playing with the medieval arts mod. So there are some nice new special buildings all across the map. And this one is in Roskilde. It's the Great Leithir Hall. Leithir? It's weird. That's Scandinavian. It's difficult to pronounce. Oh, he gets tax +2 from this. Jesus. Okay. A grandiose mead hall constructed by kings of old with tall trees and magnificent sculptures. Sagas are sure to be inspired by the tales of the great heroes and kings who dined and fought in this hall. Okay, good stuff. Right, okay. What can we do actually? Let's have a look a bit into the broader picture, because we do like to have beef with people. Oh, what do we have here? Our bishop is preaching an unorthodox doctrine. His average learning skill caused this problem, I see. Yeah, there he is being like, meh. He's a cowardly villain. Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyways, okay, we are someone who would actually like to express ourselves in martial matters, right? So I think what's this? Oh, that's a Hvide event, right? V-I-E-T mod. One of my servants came back today after visiting a cousin living in a town some distance away. This cousin had kindly offered some precious onions as a gift. Thank you. These would do great in soup. Good stuff. 50 prestige from onions. I'm gonna actually have a look at people that I don't really like that much. that I want to duel. Oh yeah, that's Olaf. No, that's our guy. We like him. He is Thrugot. He's also okay, I guess. Oh, him here. Alright, he probably wouldn't accept. Right. He probably wouldn't accept. Is there anyone around here that we don't really like that much? Could say the bishop. Oh, you know who we don't like that much? Balder. Like, he was responsible for not finding that boar. Courtiers. Oh. Victoria and Maria are going to leave court. Okay, let's stop here for a moment. That's obviously something we don't want, and that's maybe why I should speed up the whole marriage thing. Victoria obviously is a courtier that has her boons, right? She's a grey eminence. She could pass that along to children. Obviously not passing along being craven, but what do you do? Okay, let's see whom in court might be suitable for her to marry. There's really just one, and that would be Balder. So, yeah. I mean, they are both craven, so they can be angsty and afraid together. He's greedy and always wants more, and she's diligent and wants to provide more. So, yeah, he's going to boss her around, I guess. Make me a sandwich and so on. Yeah. I guess that's all right for a union. I think we're going to do the same confusing thing of acting towards our people, like the king does. You give him a present, and then he rogues your position. We're going to do the same thing with Balder. We're going to allow him to marry his beautiful wife, and then we are going to challenge him to a fight. I don't know, he won't agree because he's craven. Oh, no. I really wanted to do this. Okay, Balder, you got away this time. You got away with your pointy beard. Okay, okay, there's Maria, and she does want to leave because we can't offer her anything. And I guess in her case, that's okay. You're not going to keep her. Like, if she wants to go, then she can definitely go. That's what happens. Right? We have Dagmar. Dagmar's great. Yeah. So we might look into marrying, finding a marriage for our brother, actually. Right? That would be something we could do. Thinking of it, I should... I think we are not actually allied to our father-in-law, which is a pity. And he doesn't want to. Because he already has many alliances. Asshole. Sorry. Like, no. I mean, he's greedy. Why wouldn't he be like, yeah, more? Greedy and gluttonous. Yeah. Okay, so that's not going to happen. And we do think that it's probably best to widen our influence, and that's obviously something we can do through a marriage. But then again, as we can see here, there's no one that wants to marry him. Okay, I guess since we're doing this late, now all the women on the market are gone. That's usually what happens in in the early stages of the game, because there are few women and a lot of men that don't have wives, so they're all gone. Let's see. We are looking for alliances. So we have Odelrada of Dagsburg. That's Görlitz. That's in the Reich. That's in the Roman Empire. De Nogent. De la Rochefoucauld. She has a nice name. I really like that, but it's French. That's not really fitting if we are looking for, like, yeah. Why would we even know that a 3-year-old in some barony in France is not yet betrothed? No, this doesn't look good. I don't want to marry him to a girl, basically. I don't think that's proper. Oh, who do we have here? Pierrette de Fezensac. Okay. Oh, she's Hale. But again, she's French. We wouldn't really know that she's on the market anyway. Let's sort this and say we want people that are not lowborn. Okay. Yeah, that looks better. Now let's sort this by age. We don't want old women, but we don't want girls. That's not something that we want for our marriages. Again, the baldness and the not wearing stuff. I really think that's because of the culture expanded mod. I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, now we're getting into a direction. I mean, generally, this would be something that we could think about, right? They were at some point in time kings of England, but they are not now. So, oh yeah, the thing is over. And yeah, Willie the Conqueror won. Of course he did. Is he still fighting? No. Harald has just given up. And he didn't die. That's something I don't really like. I mean, of course, yeah, how plausible was it, or how likely was it that Harald and his son were going to die in that battle of Stamford Bridge? But yeah, now he's alive. And what is he going to do? He's 52. His life is over. He lost his big battle. There's nothing he can do. So he's just going to hang around. But what for? Okay. Oh yeah. I've kind of lost track of what I really wanted to do. I'm looking for a spouse for him. Okay, so we don't really get a marriage, right? There's another Anglo-Saxon woman. There's a Swedish woman who's a low noble. Oh, she's actually someone that we would like as a person, like being brave. I guess we can appreciate someone being stubborn. And she's just. She's an overseer, an administrator. Is that a Easter egg character, by the way? That might as well be, right? That doesn't look like that was generated. If you have to ask, please don't. Yeah, I guess this is an Easter egg character. I don't really like marrying the Easter egg characters, like her. Yeah, let's look for something else. Here's a mad woman. Good for you. Tegan Harris, she's 33. That's too old. Lombard, too far away. I'm very picky, am I? It's like, nah, not that one. Nah, that one. Janny the Mountain Dweller. Okay. Why do they call you the Mountain Dweller? Alright, she's a lunatic as well. What's wrong with these? Like, the Swedish are all mad, the Danish are all greedy. What's up with that? There's Sarah the Savage. Oh, she's cool. She's a berserker. Arrogant, just and diligent. Sarah the Savage. Is there another Easter egg character? Jesus Christ, why are they all Easter egg characters? Because I don't think that Latin mottos are actually a thing in Crusader Kings. And that nickname as well. Yeah, that would be funny actually. Who's this? Again, who are these characters? Well, I guess Paradox is from Sweden. So, yeah. They just put all of their employees in there. The nut jobs. Okay. Doesn't make it easier for us. Doesn't make it easier. I think, yeah, I'm... Hvide. That's why she doesn't have anything to wear. Again, that's a culture, expanded culture. And I think it clashes with... I mean, I do have the comp patches installed for EPE. Apparently it's not working. Might have a look into the error log and see what's going on, but I might just as well get rid of the mod. Or which might break the game, because now these cultures are all in here, and then they will not find the cultures anyway. Oh boy. Worked myself into a corner there. Anyway, yeah, she's possessed. Why are... people are either lunatics or... I mean, she is definitely not a gimmick character, but she's also useless. Might just as well go with the Savage, right? Sarah the Savage. We do probably like a feisty woman. Yeah, okay. Let's do this. Then at least they can have nice children, I guess. Of course, we're not going to do a grand wedding. Yeah, okay. Oh, what do I spy? There's a plague going on, yay. Oh yeah, by the way, I have this mod that changes the map. The textures of the map. Which I think looks quite nice. But it's not that compatible with, as you can see, plagues. Also not legends. But that's alright with me. I usually just have a look and see where these things come from and then decide whether I should act or not. We've probably heard this from some traders that came along the Elbe River. So it's spread to Havelberg. But not to Mecklenburg. Will probably spread along the river. Yeah, they already have that here. So yeah, okay, we can see it here. So this will go up the river and then maybe along the coast here and there, but we will probably not see it coming up here. Oh yeah, we won't see it coming anyway, but it will not happen, I think. If Lübeck is going to do... Oh yeah, Lübeck, by the way, is now part of... what's this? Oh, he has an aspiration. Oh yeah, that's a rice thing. Rice mod. Anyways, okay. Lübeck is now part of the Holy Roman Empire. It's independent at the start of the game. That's an interesting development because this is at our doorstep. So... they have very much reached into Danish territory. Or our sphere of influence. Yeah, okay. The savage is coming to our court. I wonder... yeah, we can challenge her to a fight. That would be nice. Welcome. Hello. Now fight. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I installed this mod that when a marriage happens, you get at least some kind of notification. I have been informed of the goings-on at the wedding of my knight Balder and Victoria. The ceremony itself was a modest affair, and after the wedding, the couple and their guests celebrated into the night. When the entertainment came to an end and their guests left, the consensus among those attending was that throughout the evening, Balder and Victoria seemed to have little in the way of connection. Oh, I thought they were meant for each other. It may be the marriage is only one of convenience, and Balder and Victoria may be little more than strangers. Nothing more was reported to me about the newlyweds. May Saint Joseph bless their union. Okay. Well, we can't please them all. Okay, so, but now we have a wedding celebration between our brother and Sarah the Savage. Having had the opportunity to attend the wedding of my brother Auden and Sarah, I learned much about the relationship of the couple. Yeah, they do have one. She's only just arrived at court. After the ceremony, the feast and celebration lasted into the night. As the entertainment came to an end and it was at last time to leave, it could not help, but it could not help but be noticed. Okay, that's just weird phrasing. That throughout the evening, Auden and Sarah had little more than the faintest of attachment. The couple's connection to each other left much to be desired, and seemed hardly enough to sustain a meaningful relationship. Well, I guess, who could have a meaningful relationship with that slob? Like, seriously. He's wearing a Santa hat here, and his, like, weird beard, and he's just greedy and callous, and he wants everything, but not sex. That's not something that he wants. So what would anyone want from him? Oh god. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I will plan a feast. I guess this is something that we should do. Having like a feast in their honor. Because, yeah, he's my brother still. As much as or as little as I think of him, he's still my brother. And I need to, yeah, plan this feast. Oh, okay. Go away. Okay, I can plan the feast now. Yes, it's going to be a feast. And we have an honored betrothed here, right? So we can. It could be Victoria. She has married too, you know. No, but it's going to be our brother, and we could still decide on an honorary guest. Okay, do we still hold a grudge against our king? I think part of being impatient is. Yeah, or it could come with it that you are actually letting go of grudges easily, or more easily than you would if you're like very, thorough and thoughtful person. That's not our thing. He might have actually forgiven him and seeking in another attempt to get in the king's good graces. The other thing that we could do would, go ahead and placate Prince Olaf. He actually is married to the Princess of Norway. He does have a good position. And say, okay, we want to be his best friend. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We take the king. 4 to 6. We take Prince Olaf. It's a 3. We go with the king. We decide that it's time. We give him another chance. I mean, no, Olaf is not going to the party because he won't be arriving in time, so it would not have made sense to choose him anyway. We do invite our knights. Sure, it's a party. We can invite neighboring rulers. I think that's a bit much, is it? Unless, who's actually coming when we do this? For whatever reason, then Duke Trugod is going to join us. Oh, I think because then the range is widening, so it would take longer to host this party anyway. And now Olaf can come along as well. I think we keep that option, even though neighboring rulers are not coming. Or, I guess they do. Even though they are fellow vassals, strictly speaking. Okay, that's our setup. We have exotic delicacies, moderate prestige gain, and an appropriate number of courses. Okay. I think that's alright. Shouldn't go cheaper. That would like sell us short, and we kind of want to impress people. Oh yeah, I guess we can we can seduce someone. Is that really our thing? If there was someone coming, that would really be good for us. I don't know. Maybe we do have a thing for Dagmar. Like, she's knowledgeable about warfare and stuff. And she's our spy master. And I guess she's cute and she's wearing these things with the bones on her neck for whatever reason. But no. That's not at this point in time. We're still very much newlywed as well. It's only a year ago that we married. But we could befriend someone. And again, we might try to befriend the king. Or might befriend Prince Olaf. Let's do this again. 1, 2, 3, king. It's a 5. We try to befriend Prince Olaf, our favorite son of the king. Good stuff. Okay, start the feast. Like I said, this is, for me, the better way of portraying his diplomacy and approach to diplomacy. He's not going to do this by doing long-term schemes or whatever. He's going to invite someone over and just talk to them. Anyway, okay, the servants run across the hall, bringing the final decorations. Some of the guests are yet to arrive, and I indulge myself with a delicious drink by the fire. Oh, I seem to have spotted some veal cutlets already. I can't find Prince Olaf anywhere yet. I can't wait for him to arrive, so my plan to befriend him can finally start. We have a lovely time ahead of us. Okay, good stuff. There we go. No party, I'm out in the wild. Why am I not in my hall? Oh, it's 4 months now. 4 months, okay. Yeah, I guess his impatient nature is telling him that this was not a good idea. Anyways. Oh, look! Our brother really likes it. He's like, yay! I'm dancing. Ta-da! Hey! And I'm like, yeah! Good stuff, on. Yeah! Keep jumping around. Good old Simon here has a good laugh. Oh, I think he's ill. Oh, we still don't have that court physician, right? Which is to the detriment of our bishop, who has consumption. I think we are good. It's like, yeah, mate, that happens. It's a bad world. Bad things gonna happen. And I think, yeah, Simon is still strong enough. Come on, Simon. Pray to your Orthodox God. He'll help you, sure. Oh yeah, this number has gone down drastically, has it? Probably because the people that were 4 months away didn't come. So now we're only tracking the ones that are still on the road. And that would be... no one. They have all arrived. Everyone is here, but they have decided to not start the party, because who does that? Let's wait for like 3 more weeks. We're just standing around here awkwardly in the hall. Yeah. Anyway, now it's finally time to begin. Arbitrarily. Again, yeah, we are arbitrary, I guess, so that was just something he pulled out of his own behind. The guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from the near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright and spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. It's taken much of the evening to get myself close to Prince Olaf without making it feel forced. After all, the best friendships are natural. See, that's our approach. And I want him to think this is spontaneous. Well, it is spontaneous to us. Oh, okay, maybe it's not. The man gently dabs at the corners of his mouth with the corner of soiled tablecloth, okay? Brushing away crumbs of flaky pastry. I just hope the next course is a bit lighter, he opines. The whole point of a feast is to provide a rich, varied culinary experience, and so far this has felt more like it's trying to stuff us than excite us. Well, he's telling us that. You do realize that this is my feast, yes? Anyway, okay, you can switch the subject to something less contentious, or we could say, yes, sadly it was a poor choice, I think. This might be either, I think. Either I'm like insulted and say, hey, yeah, F off. Or I might swallow it down and say, let's see. Might try this differently at some point. I still want him to be my friend, and seriously. So, yeah, let's say 1, 2, 3, the first option, 4 to 6, the second one. It's a 4. We are offended. You do realize that this is my feast. Yes. Maybe Prince Olaf is not the best person to vote for. He's a snob. Very much a snob. Ahoy! I did everything I could, ensuring that Freston, what kind of name is that, and Prince Bishop Egino would be as far from each other as possible. It was not enough, and now they have come to blows, in the middle of my feast. One of my guards is close to the brawl and looks to me for the order to intervene. Okay, so we have Freston, who is this lowborn someone's marshal. Oh, yes, he's the marshal of my father-in-law. Okay. And then we have the bishop of Skjalm. Yeah, well, I guess that's an easy decision, right? Throw the bishop. No, we restrain Freston until things calm down. Erling tells a fantastic joke about shoes. I want to hear it. Oh. My lord, the wine. We cracked open the next barrel. It has gone bad. It has all gone bad. Oh yeah, that's what you get when drinking wine in Denmark. Shouldn't we have like mead or something? Anything that's more appropriate and something that we don't have to import from the effing Mediterranean. The feast is still raging, but without drink the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. And I'm like, hey, we all have to pitch in. Come on, it's fun. It's fun, is it? It's very much fun. Okay, so we have this kind of... This has turned to a like potluck feast where everyone has to bring their own drinks. Yeah. At least we make money. There's half of the cost of the feast is already in through the feast itself. Oh, what do we have here? Eating was well underway and drinking a little too far along when Faye... What kind of name is that? What the names people have. Look at him. Oh! Yeah, again. That's a gimmick character, is it? Anyway. He was drinking a little too far along... No, what? No, and drinking a little too far along when Faye decided it was time for some horse riding. My stables were locked up tight, but with guidance from Henrike... Faye soon led a group of eager riders inside. With absolutely no control over my animals, there was swearing, laughter, and broken bones as men and women fell from horses, ambling around the hall. Other creatures in the stable did not get away much easier, and one goat nearly caved in under the weight of Astrid. Why, is she fat? Doesn't look that fat to me. Anyway, okay, yeah. Apparently she's clever. Well, quick-witted anyway. Right, yeah. Mate, what the F are you doing here? Well, I think this is time now, right? He's going for our horses. He's causing a huge mess in our hall. Yeah, you are 55% that he might accept. We are going to challenge him to a duel. We're so challenging him to a duel. That's not something we let him go away with lightly. Oh, at least we got a lively feast modificator. So somehow this was kind of relieving us of stress. I don't know. Anyway, okay. The king was honored by someone. Ah, there we go. Again, I have a mod installed where you can see the actual progress of the duel, because I think that's very intransparent. The game is usually very intransparent with how it plays these things out, but I think this one, this kind of allows me to see what's going on. And by the way, this is what usually happens. Like, you start the duel with the other person being very much or almost succeeding. This always happens, even if they are very bad. I once lost to someone with a prowess of 2 when I had a prowess of 38. That's not fun at all. Anyway, we are doing this. We met him outside. He's grabbing his axe. We are grabbing our stick. I think we need a weapon. Just having a stick. That's not good. We're just going for him with a stick. For a brief moment, yeah, English much, Faye and I pace in lazy half circles, each watching for an opening. I lift my mace. Oh, we call that a mace. Good. Ready to defend myself, while he clutches his axe firmly to hand. This fight may only be till first blood, but that doesn't ease my nerves. With a sudden twitch, our bout begins. It's fine, scum, screams my opponent. whirling his axe furiously around and near me. Okay. Yeah, we are arbitrary and brave. So that means we also fight arbitrarily. Like, we don't necessarily go by the rules. So I like this last option here. We feint and stab. Like, he's flailing around wildly, right? So what we do is letting me do it, feigning. We're not feigning. That's we feign death. No, we are feinting. And yeah, we're stabbing him with our knife. Fool, take this. Ha. My mace makes a rapid thump one way, only for me to draw a fresh dagger with my offhand and lunge at Hvide as he attempts to parry. Hvide hefts his axe in a strangely familiar fashion, then executes a near-perfect, powerful... Like, he has a prowess of 7. Why does he perform perfect stuff? Ugh. But I could swear I've seen before. My form is good with only small errors, and Hvide stands as formidable. I have yet to open up my opponent's guard at all, and see no way yet to claim victory. Okay, do we taunt him? I think at this point this would not be good. It's... let's see. Yeah, he has no risk of injury yet. Yeah. And we need to make good on the likelihood of success. I mean, yeah, obviously I should not play this in a way that we, like, not... or look at the numbers, but rather, like, I should play this as the character. But I think, yeah, he sees that he's trying his best, right? He's really going for it. And I think I want just to do the same. So I will not taunt him or anything. I will show him how I lift my little stick. Oh, he did high. Is he actually like a blade master or something? No, he's not. He's not even a hunter or anything. He does not have any kind of, like... Oh, is it because he's shrewd? Can he do that because he's shrewd? Anyways, okay. I'll show you how I lift a stick. So, my mace flows around Hvide like water, each strike chaining fluidly into the next. A series of perfectly timed attacks. Hvide tries hesitantly to launch a rapid thump at me, but the blow is easily swatted away. My form is good, with only small errors, and Hvide stance is passable. I have yet to open my opponent's guard at all, and see no way yet to claim victory. Okay, I can again try to feint and stab, or I can do a strike, parry, riposte. I think I'm going to do this one here. Like, I'm in my game now, right? My form is good, and I want to show what type of opponent I am. I leap into action, launching a flurry of rapid thumps, driving myself hard against Hvaide's guard, wearing him down with each expertly timed strike. Hvide suddenly shifts direction, throwing himself sideways into a powerful cleave that I'm just barely able to dodge. What the... what the hell? My form is excellent with little chance for mistake, and Hvaide's stance is failing. Okay. His guard is fierce, and I feel far from victory. This guy. Okay. I can show him how I lift the mace. Or it's time for the knife trick again. I think it's time for the knife trick. There we go. This time it did it. I swing my mace in an almost lazy feint. My opponent doesn't see my offhand dagger until it's too late, and it's already sailing pommel first for his face. The blow impacts Hvide hard, slamming so deep I swear I can feel the bone bruise, and he staggers backwards in a daze. When the axe drops from his hand, my opponent stammers out a yield without me needing to do anything. I am victorious. There we go. He gains the trait Wounded. Rightly so. And I gained the trait Novice Duelist. That's another mod. I can actually gain the Aspiring Blade Master trait through Dueling at some point, which I think is just consequential. So yeah, I'm victorious. There you go. That's for you, for doing weird things with my horses. The feast is dwindling down and I find myself deep in conversation with my hostile fellow vassal, Ingebjörg. Why is she hostile? She inquires about my opinion on tome collections, a subject she is deeply interested in herself. Yeah, okay. Tome collections. She's talking to me about tome collections. Oh, frankly, I couldn't care less. Tome collections. The feast is starting to draw to a close, and my visitors are surely expecting me to lavish a little attention on King Svend, our esteemed guest of honor. He has behaved himself this time. He didn't pull a number on me again. Traditionally, a complimentary toast and a deep drink of spiced wine does the trick. Then again, all Svend did was turn up. This feast was my idea, I paid for everything, and I hosted everyone. Yeah, is that an arbitrary way of thinking? You're all welcome for my hospitality. I think, yeah, still, you wouldn't offend the king in that way. He did have this, split second where his impatience and his arbitrariness and his bravery got the better of him when he insulted the king in front of his eyes and was like, bah, I don't want your, I don't give in to your demands. But now I think the rightful thing is just to do a toast to him. That's what we planned to do anyway, right? So there we go, toasting the king. My guests are all in good moods. Oh, yeah. Hey, there's Faye again. He's like, yay! Oh. My guests are all in good moods. This feast has brought us closer. Yeah, I guess we got closer, Faye and I. And we will be able to look back and chuckle at the escapades of Faye and his drunken band of merrymakers for years to come. Yeah, that was funny, was it? And especially when I hurt him with my stick. Okay. With that, the feast is over. Few candles survive after most of the guests have left. I see servants bringing gifts to my honored guest, Odin and his spouse. I walk to them smiling. What a pleasure it was to have you with us, and may St. Joseph bring good tidings upon you. We like St. Joseph, do we? Finishing our exchange, I turn away. Soon, word of how I celebrated Odin and Sarah will spread to every corner of the realm, and every noble will know how well the couple was honored by this feast. With all my guests leaving my castle, with the entire contents of my vast pantry in their bellies, I am proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife Signe to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude as she sees the last few guests off. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so nice? We send everyone on their way, we gain prestige, we make progress towards the eager reveler trait. We gain legitimacy again, right? Which is something that we also want to bring forward. We are a great nobleman, and people should see us in that light. And our county of Noresund gains the Great Banquet modifier for 5 years, which gives us development growth. That's good. Okay. Oh, actually, I could decide to become an eager reveler here. Wine, ale, and fine food. What better relief from the troubles of the world is there than a night of revelry? So, should we become an eager reveler? I think so, right? This whole thing of hosting a feast and being in the mead hall with the other important people of the realm, that's a good thing. And that's, I guess, something that, even though he's an arbitrary person and he likes doing things his own way, he's not a loner, right? So he's still someone who values diplomacy and being around the other high and mighty of the realm. So I think, yeah, we will become an eager reveler, and this is like the expression of that. Good stuff. Okay, yeah, we failed our intent to befriend Prince Olaf, but then he was rude. He was really rude to us. And we like, yeah, you are also arbitrary, but we don't like that in another person. I like being arbitrary myself. I don't like it when other people are arbitrary. Okay, so maybe we even take this as a sign to like vote for someone else. Where can we do that actually? View the election. There we go. Your candidate. Oh. Can I just do this once? Oh, no. Here's the button. Okay. Right. Okay. We don't go for him anymore. He has not pleased us. The other princess, Benedict. Yeah. No, he's like a devious, greedy person. That's not what we appreciate. Oh, let's see. Who else does he have? Alright, that's the other one. Okay. Oh yeah, he does have Svend II. He's good. He's decent. He values martial things. He's brave. I think we will switch to him. Where was that? Here. Vote score. Yeah. This is also in line with the king. I think the king is voting for him too, right? Vote score. I mean, yeah. Oh yeah, King Svend has 48 votes. Why is anyone else voting at all? If he has half of the votes already. Okay. I guess everyone could go against the king, but yeah, who would do that? Alright, yeah. And with this, it's like 1.5 years into the game. I don't know how much time I've spent here. Both in 2 hours, okay. Yeah. I'm just doing this for myself at this point. I'm not sure if anyone's ever going to see this, but yeah, if you do, then you might want to hang around and I will upload some more stuff in the near future. Until then, cheers, bye-bye.